This is crazy. This was all the debris flow last night. Right here is Highway 150. Right on the other side is Lake Casitas campground, Lake Casitas campground, and that thing got blown out. So look at that, all the debris just got clogged right up there. We'll walk over there real quick, and then I'll give you a little drone's eye view here. This is the bridge. Right on the other side is Lake Casitas campground, and totally just got blown out. Okay, that's Lake Casitas campground back there. You can see the benches in the background. Let's send that drone up and do a little survey up and down the creek here. What you're looking at here is Highway 150 coming from Carpinteria going towards Ojai. Lake Casitas will be off screen to the right. And this strip of trees right here is Santa Ana Creek, and there was a pretty significant debris flow. I'm going to zoom in here for you guys with the drone, and I'll let you check it out. So similar story what happened here as most other debris flows when it comes to bridges. There was some burn scarring a few years back, and big downpour that broke the debris flow threshold, and it brought down all the debris, got clogged up right under the bridge, and basically created like a dam, and it filled up, and the water level rose, went on both sides of the creek and overflowed into the neighboring areas. And this one spilled over the highway and into the campground. So Lake Casitas campground is right here off to the right in the upper right corner of the screen. You can see some benches in the trees. And what you can't see from this part of the angle is the other side of the road. It kind of just carved out the underneath the actual paved road. So you can see it ripped off the guardrail, and down below there is it's carved out. And I'll show you that here in a second in the next on foot video on the ground with the GoPro. But look at that huge dam of debris from the burn scar of the Casitas fire a couple years back. You can see Ventura County Fire right in there driving their truck by. But it continues through the campground. I think I'll go forward here a little bit and show you. So yeah, what you're looking at now is the campground, Lake Casitas campground, and it just kind of like blew through here. It kind of consolidated back in right here. So back there by the road is pretty heavy across the road, and kind of dispersed everywhere, and then kind of consolidated back through here. So here it is, Santa Ana Creek, all the way to Lake Casitas, and I'll give you a little pan up shot in a second. Yeah, so here it is. Here's the outlet into Lake Casitas. And I was pretty surprised that Lake Casitas is still not that high. Lake Cachuma is pretty full, but you can see that kind of line, that tree line where the banks used to be, right up to the edge of the lake. So Lake Casitas still has a lot of capacity left to fill up, but it's looking a lot better than it was. I'm going to spin it back around here for you all to see, and we're going to go up Santa Ana Creek. So you can see it's actually pretty, the creek bed's pretty wide. They decided to build a campground right in the middle of the creek bed. And this obviously didn't have enough capacity to go through the bridge that the road is going over, and it's spilled over, got clogged and spilled over. So what you're looking at now is we're going up towards the mountain range. I believe it's the Topatopas, and this is, we're going to zoom in here. This is the campground. You can see some of the road got covered up with some mud. Those are all campsites in there. I hope nobody was camping there. I hope some of the people had the foresight to not allow the camping during flash flood warnings. And on this side, this is the lake side of the bridge, and you can see in the bottom-ish left corner of the screen here, I'm going to zoom out, you can see the road. It just kind of got carved under. That's from the creek in the upper left spilling over the road there by that telephone pole, and then flowing down and carving out the dirt under the road. So there's kind of like an overhang there, and you'll see that in a second here with the on the ground footage from the GoPro. But I'm going to give you a little fly up here. You can see how big of an area this has covered. You can see the little runoff off to the sides of the screen. Pretty much the whole section of this screen was part of the debris flow. Now we're going towards Lake Casitas, but you can see it kind of broke through right here on the right side of the screen and kind of just widened up, and probably collect some debris in here in this area, and then it all just came rushing through and got plugged up right there at the bridge, and kind of just flowed a bunch of different directions and just got so full, created like a little miniature dam reservoir, that it began spilling over. And water's going to take the path of least resistance, and so that's what it did, and carved out some new area, and that just happened to be part of the road. I'm gonna bring it down here so you can so you all can see a close-up view of the magnitude of this, because the aerial footage doesn't really do justice to how big this area is. I mean, if you look at these cars, this is almost like 100 yards right here, 100 yards wide. It's pretty wide, this whole debris flow area. So you can see on the bottom of the screen, there is a little river coming along that way and then going under the bridge. And that is where a big section of the river split off below the screen. It would be behind the drone. And as the water resided, it kind of moved this way back to where the path of least resistance would be. You can see there's just like a dam of wood, and the water just flowing right under it. It's pretty crazy. So I'm gonna bring it in here, bring it in close, give you all a close-up view here of what this debris flow looks like. You can see that's a big truck. I'm gonna bring it down, give you some kind of elevation to this. But look at that. Came over the road, flowed straight over into the campground. This bridge was built pretty well. Didn't look like there's any damage to it. So good job on whoever did the engineering on this. There it is. The dammed up debris from the burn scar. And there I am right there in the right corner of the screen. Trying to stay out of the shot. Give you some perspective. Wow, look at that. So much water. It's incredible. I'm going to pull up out of here, so give you a little aerial shot now. What you're looking at is the Santa Ana Creek. Flows from the Toba Mountains down into Lake Casitas. And this is a shot, just kind of give you some perspective of where this is. Up in the distance, that's Carpinteria's on the other side, so that's the Chismahoo. And this is the road going to Carpinteria as you wrap around Lake Casitas. Okay, here's the other side of the bridge. The road's right here, bridge is right over there. You can see that the river just carved this whole section out. And right here's the campsites. There's picnic tables. Okay, I'm going to tell you exactly what happened here. There was a fire here a couple years ago, and just a massive downpour this morning, and it brought all the debris down and just clogged it up right here. And the water had nowhere to go, so it came right over the road and then carved out this section right here that I just showed you.